Most companies today are fed up with WordPress. The constant plugin chaos, the broken themes, and a user interface that looks like it's straight out of the 1990s. If you're watching this video, you know exactly what I mean. And yet, for whatever reason, companies struggle to just finally pull the plug and make the switch to Webflow. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what this transition process looks like, what to expect during the redesign phase, what a day in the life looks like once you finally switch to Webflow, and why companies that do never look back. Webflow is the modern version of WordPress without all the baggage. Once you make the switch, you'll wonder why you didn't break up with WordPress years ago. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Bailey Canning, a full stack marketing strategist based in Denver, Colorado, working with my clients on branding engagements, website projects, and ongoing marketing retainers. For the past several years now, companies have been leaving WordPress for Webflow in droves. Simply put, they're tired of the constant plugin chaos, the security vulnerabilities, a sluggish backend, and overall that held together with duct tape type feeling. When I talk to many business owners or marketing directors about their feelings towards WordPress, oftentimes they convey to me that they feel like they're maintaining software, not actually marketing their company. Now, that doesn't mean Webflow is going to be the best website platform for all businesses. I'm going to strive to be as non-biased as possible in this video, even though I exclusively build on Webflow as of this moment. However, I'm also very interested in learning more about Framer down the line. Webflow is not going to be a good fit for small businesses just getting started out. It's not going to be a good fit for huge enterprises that rely on custom coded backends or a bunch of highly technical outside integrations. And it's not going to be good for e-commerce businesses for the most part, as well as complex membership websites. However, if you're an established company that understands the value of design and understands that it needs a visual website platform so that it can achieve a high-end polished look, or you're a marketing team that really needs to be able to go in, update, and add new content to the website to truly leverage it as a modern marketing tool, or you're a boutique, small to mid-sized business that really prioritizes high-end design, polish, and just all the functional tools you're going to need to really market your company online in a cost-effective manner, then Webflow is going to be a fantastic fit for you and almost certainly is going to be a massive upgrade over WordPress, whether you're already running your site on WordPress or you're looking to build a brand new website and you're not sure whether you should go with WordPress or Webflow. Now, let me take you through the key differences on these two platforms and also just explain what the day-to-day difference is going to be based on which one you choose. Now, WordPress and Webflow are very different. WordPress essentially operates on what you can think of as the Android model, meaning it is open source and you have a lot of flexibility in terms of adding in all these new plugins. However, with that open source capability comes more security vulnerabilities, a harder to maintain software, and just a bunch of tools that really feel duct taped together and don't really feel like they're helping your website, and also are going to result in a negative impact in terms of technical performance because it just takes so much more work to optimize these websites to have the same speed and efficiency that Webflow does right out of the box. Webflow, however, is built on the Apple model. So it's a closed source system and all the key major features, whether we're talking about the visual website builder itself, the CMS, the app marketplace system, the A/B testing software, the analytics, the localization, all of that runs on first-party integrations, and because of that, you can generally expect a much more smoother, easier to work with, and streamlined technical infrastructure. Basically, everything is optimized to work together, and because of that, there are significant performance enhancements. In terms of design workflow, Webflow was essentially the pioneer of the visual website builder interface, where essentially you can write website code, think HTML, CSS, JavaScript, with a visual design tool. So it's sort of like Photoshop, but for the web. Now, over time, WordPress has adopted this page builder system itself with tools like Oxygen or Elementor or Bricks Builder. But ultimately, at the end of the day, these tools are playing catch up. They don't have the same feature set, and they certainly don't have the ability to add in those really high-end, luxury-like custom animation effects and all those interactions that really make Webflow websites shine. So because of this, I would say that the design you're able to achieve on Webflow is just always going to look much more higher end than its WordPress counterparts. Now, both of them have robust CMSs. However, the WordPress CMS needs to be highly customized and tinkered around with to get it to fit your exact marketing and business structure. With Webflow, the CMS needs to be built each time for every different category or collection from the ground up. However, this is not complicated, and once it's set up and running, everything is very custom tailored to your exact situation. So blog posts, video posts, team member sections, everything is very organized, and it feels like an entire tailored CMS versus a one-size-fits-all WordPress CMS system that you need to Frankenstein to get to your exact business needs. When it comes to performance and SEO, Webflow is hosted on Amazon Web Servers, the best hosting service provider online now, and everything's very secure. There's 99.9% uptime, and the hosting is directly integrated. So once ready to launch your website, there's no complicated migration or anything like that. You simply just publish your website, and generally, pretty soon, honestly, it's already live. Contrast that with WordPress, where you need to find an outside hosting provider. That could be anywhere from a cheap, low quality host like Bluehost all the way up to a high performing host like WP Engine. But then again, you're gonna have to go through a complicated migration process. Your hosting and website building platform are gonna be completely separated, and it's just not the most optimized or simply put modern way to go about things. In terms of pricing, Webflow's pricing is very transparent. I've made a whole video breaking down the pricing plans and the key add-ons, but everything is very transparent. So you know exactly what you're gonna be charged for versus WordPress. Everything is highly variable and you don't exactly know how much your website is going to cost you. And as you add more plugins or maybe you update hosting down the line, things are going to quickly get more expensive, and you're gonna have to have like a spreadsheet basically just to calculate how much your website is costing you. Ultimately, the thing that really sums it up the most here is just the fact that Webflow was built about 15 years after WordPress, and it really shows in every single different aspect. If WordPress had been built around the same time as Webflow, I think it would look much more like Webflow. All right, so now you have a good idea of the technical and key feature differences of WordPress and Webflow, but let me actually tell you about how this manifests in day to day. Because at the end of the day, whether you're a business owner or a marketing director, you need to know how your website is actually going to enhance your digital marketing strategy. Once you switch to Webflow, say goodbye to plugin updates, theme updates, WordPress core updates. Everything in Webflow is kept up to date automatically for you, and you never need to worry about some random update that automatically occurred on your website at 3 in the morning, and then when you log in, your website's down and you have no idea how to fix it. With Webflow, I have been building on it for 5+ years at this point, and I have never once encountered anything like that. Now, in terms of the visual website editor, as well as adding new pages and editing content on the website, Webflow is great because there's essentially now a siloed system where, yes, you probably will need to hire a full-time developer like myself to actually build out the website because it does take technical experience. It's not a tool like Elementor, for example, where you can just start copying and pasting blocks in. Webflow requires much more technical expertise. However, once the site is built in Webflow, there's a separate editor section where it's going to be very easy for either business owners directly or marketing teams to go in, add and edit content, as well as build out new landing pages that are going to be consistently on brand and match the existing website style. Furthermore, the way Webflow is set up, you never need to worry about a team member going in without the most technical knowledge in the world and accidentally breaking things. It's very foolproof in that way. And honestly, there's also built-in backups that you can roll back. So I've never had a client or a marketing team member break the website. And I always tell them as a bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke that if you find a way to actually do so, I'll be a bit impressed. There's also now built-in collaboration where multiple people can be working on the website. You can comment directly. So more and more, Webflow started out as a tool that developers would use and manage fully, but now there's becoming much more of a partnership between developers and marketing teams, and that's why more and more Webflow is making sense, not just for boutique small companies that really value design, but also high-end marketing teams working for well-established companies that really need to get the most out of their website from a digital marketing perspective. All right, so real quick, if you're getting value out of this video and you're basically sold, you're like, yo, we gotta get on Webflow, WordPress is so 2005, then listen, I invite you to schedule a complimentary one-to-one strategy call with me. Check out the link in the description. There's an interactive video form. It takes about 5 minutes to fill out, and if you're qualified, you'll be able to book a call with me, and I will take the time to learn all about your company's marketing and sales goals. And based on everything you tell me, we'll help you outline a brand strategy roadmap, web design and development game plan, and an ongoing marketing strategy so you can actually grow your company's awareness online, generate leads, and grow revenue. Link in the description. Without further ado, let's get back into the video. All right, so let's talk about the trade-offs in terms of what you gain by moving to a platform like Webflow over WordPress, and also what some of the negatives could potentially be. So off the bat, you are going to lose the unbelievable plugin ecosystem, which I will admit is very impressive and extensive in WordPress. But let's be real, Webflow has that matched feature for feature, both natively and its now growing app marketplace. And also, probably 90% of your website issues are caused by this bloated plugin library. So trust me, this was my main concern actually moving myself and all my clients to Webflow years ago, but I can tell you quite honestly, I've never once missed the plugin ecosystem, and there's also so many third-party integrations you can natively take advantage of with Webflow. And also, it must be mentioned, in the vibe coding era we now live in, these AI LLMs can help you code up a lot of the key features and custom coded features you may need. You're also going to be giving up those ultra cheap hosting packages. However, if you're on a budget, I'd say Webflow isn't going to be a good fit to begin with. And of course, it's not open source. So if you're a back-end tinkerer, then you're not going to love Webflow, but that's just the nature of the two platforms. Now with Webflow, you're going to gain the ability to design anything possible on the web. That's also going to load extremely fast. And you're really going to be able to take your website designs up a notch with the ability to add custom interactions, effects, and animations that are going to allow for a level of polish that is simply not possible with WordPress. You're also going to gain significant stability, no more plugin updates that wreak havoc on your website, and you're going to have peace of mind knowing that the website is very secure with automatic SSL updates and Amazon Web Service hosting. There is a bit of a learning curve, as is the case when you switch to any platform, but I can tell you, even my clients who are not very technical, and I make website training videos actually at the end of every project so that they know how to manage the website going forward, but even my non-technical clients, they say once they get used to Webflow, it's like a total breath of fresh air coming from WordPress, and they're always just in love with using it. And more so on a day-to-day basis, they actually enjoy going into the website, updating it, adding new content like videos or podcasts, things of that nature. And so isn't that really what you want at the end of the day? Don't you want to log into a website platform that you enjoy using versus one that is a total headache? Because I can tell you, if you don't enjoy using it, you're not going to use it, and then your entire marketing strategy is going to be significantly hampered. At the end of the day, WordPress is great for tinkerers and developers, but if you are a serious business owner or a marketing team director, ultimately, Webflow is just a much more modern tool that's going to allow you not to just create fantastic designs, but it also has all the technical features and infrastructure you need to really leverage it as a complete marketing tool. And that's key because, like I've talked about several times on this channel, the website is the foundation of your entire digital marketing strategy. And if you build on a poor technical foundation, you don't need to be a structural engineer to understand that is going to be extremely problematic down the line. In summary, Webflow is just a much more modern version of WordPress. And honestly, if you've already made it to this point in the video and you're currently on WordPress, if you even are thinking about switching, it's almost certainly time to actually make the switch. So I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. I did try to present the information as clearly as possible. I have worked on both platforms for several years. I actually got my start building websites in WordPress, and I did love to tinker around with it, don't get me wrong, but I just ran into so many technical frustrations over the years that honestly, I just thought it was a huge liability to build not only my business, but also my clients' businesses on WordPress. And honestly, after making a switch several years ago, I've never looked back, and I love Webflow. Not to say that I'm not open-minded to other platforms. Like I said, Framer is looking very interesting these days, and Figma sites could eventually become something highly valuable as well. But ultimately, if you're looking to build high-performing marketing websites, Webflow is just the best tool as of the moment. And I didn't even touch on Loom, which really extends the design functionality and makes it so much quicker, easier, and faster to build out highly effective marketing sites, as well as client first, which gives you a whole style guides. The tech stack surrounding Webflow is just what basically every web developer who's looking to build modern websites recognizes is just the best in the industry at the moment. But all right, let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, if you are considering switching from WordPress to Webflow and you want to book a call with me to discuss that project, check out the link in the description. If you're qualified, you'll be able to book a 45-minute one-to-one strategy call with myself, and we will go so much deeper than just your website. We'll talk about brand strategy so that your website actually resonates, and we'll also talk about what the marketing plan of action should be on day one of your website launch. That way, you actually have a plan for growing your brand awareness online, generating leads, and of course, increasing revenue. Check out the link in the description, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.